so we could probably have lesser amount of online participants today.
No, actually, because we announced it in 3 days, before this event, something like that.
What's wrong with announcing 3 days before? 3 days before is pretty enough time, as I think.
Well, me, like a systematic person, I would prefer to plan in advance. But it's
Yeah,
fine.
I understand. But we announced that we have regular bi-weekly meetings. So if somebody is interested, he could add, he could book this spot time slot at his calendar, and it's not a problem. The link to the meeting is the same during last I don't know 4 p.m. coffee times.
Oh, by the way, I haven't known about this.
Yeah, the link is the same for all these meetings. But if you want to join the certain one, invitation link differs.
Mhm.
So you can join by the direct Google Meet link or use invitation link to accept the invite. Okay. Wow. So many people joined. Almost oh no,
24.
24 and yeah, we have
Artificial
note taker
intelligence
and
here.
Fireflies note taker. We have 2 AI tools here. But anyway,
Yep.
26. I like it. Okay. Hello, everybody. Let's start. If somebody joins later, he will receive notifiers, I believe, from AI tools. But Firefly doesn't send. I saw that OT sends summary to all
of meetings.
ones. Yeah.
And by the way, I just last week I tested the Soti just uploading the audio. Yeah, just audio, and that's it. And it's transcribed it and provide a summary of this as well. So you can use it not only for the calls.
What record did you try to transcribe?
So some record with our friends. We just some communication with regarding the project.
Okay. I wonder if these tools are learning on the materials with time. Will they improve the quality soon?
Who knows?
Who knows? I don't know. Okay, let's start. And I want to change the tradition, and I want to ask our speakers to introduce themselves. And let's start from Sergey. Sergey, please tell a few words about yourself.
Okay. Like on interview, yeah. Okay. My IT career started in 2012 or 13, something like this, and I was 7 years as a full stack developer. Actually, my background it's Java, JavaScript, TypeScript, yeah. And the last 5 years, I'm taking managerial position, yeah. And actually, my technical background helping me in communication with stakeholders and developers. Yeah, and sometimes it's like an sometimes it's like an obstacle, yeah, because I can dive deeper into micromanagement, but I'm trying to to reduce such things, and yeah, and to trust, yeah, like this. But anyway, anytime I can just check pull requests and go to the code.
How often do you proceed with code reviews and
No, not often. But recently I had a situation when I had to protect the developer from my project because my client decided that he is not performing well, and that's why I had to dig into his code and check all pull requests and so on to understand what was really developed during this amount of time, yeah, and so on. So
cool. Okay,
I shared in the chat the link on this translation, and this is the link to my channel as well. So thank you very much.
yeah. Please join his YouTube channel. It's pretty informative and interesting.
Yeah, and soon it will be updated with different content because I had some power.
Intriguing.
Yeah, I'm working on my like project management course, and it's really hard and exhausting, but still.
Okay. 30 participants. Wow, great. Okay, Katya, please tell a few words about yourself.
Hi guys, I would like to hear a few words about each of you. Like it would be great, maybe in one day we will do it. And I'm a chief product officer in a crypto startup. We are going to launch, and we already launched a desktop, and it's a crypto-friendly neobank. And it sounds like really difficult stuff. So in IT, I'm like for 16 years. Can you believe in it?
Not 60, 16.
Yeah, it should sound like that. And I'm really into the product management, but more I really into the people, and I really love soft skills and some conversations about that. So feel free to write me into the Slack, LinkedIn, or whatever you find me.
Great. Yes, Sergey.
And by the way, yeah, I'm working on crypto projects as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Today I had an interview with a company. They proposed me to join the cryptocurrency project also.
By the way, I can share our product in our.
I'll take a look. I didn't know about your product. Okay.
Could you give me one more like
Yeah,
second?
please.
It was really great. Maybe one of the most pleasure part of coffee time when you introduced us. So then, great, super pooper. I don't know how do you love that. I will introduce you. Blog, project manager, PMO. I don't know who you are more. Father and great human, Mykola Kalakutsky.
Yeah. Multi-childrenal father.
So multi-projects, it's your strong side.
Yeah. I'm good in multitasking, but I prefer to concentrate to zero in on one task at one time. Okay, so we also have Anastasia Demchuk with us. I'm not sure if she wants to introduce herself and the Team Challenge project. Nastya, would you? Okay.
Maybe she is muted.
I don't know. Yeah, it looks like she's microphone is muted. But anyway, today Nastya Demchuk is with us. She's a representative of the Team Challenge community that helps switchers, trainees, newcomers in IT to get the most relevant experience.
Practical experience.
Yeah, practical experience working on projects with teams.
And I
Okay.
shared the link on this project.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing. Okay, our today's topic is project management, project health metrics, triggers, and ways to improve the project health. Actually, I think we will describe it from different perspectives, from perspective of team management, stakeholders management, goals, aims, metrics, KPIs, and maybe Katya will add something about product health. Maybe it differs from project health. I would like to hear about it also. And I see that Sergey is raised his hand and wanted to start.
No. I would like to propose some interactive format. So we can, for instance, ask sorry, my English on occasion. We can ask our audience who knows which project health metrics. Maybe somebody would like to share his or her experience, and we can go one by one. Not it's not required to just to list all of them, just describe and so on. And I think it would be cool if we will hear the voice of
actually,
who
I
would
like your idea. Yeah, I like your idea. I appreciate your offer. And is there anybody who wants to start with his vision of project health? What is it, and what triggers, what metrics could be there? Who is the most active participants of our meetings?
Yuri.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, start.
The first hero, the first blood.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I'm very glad to hear you and to see you. I can share my own experience that helps me to be healthy and to be active and energetic person. Of course, on my opinion, the main advice is to be to make some useful habits in order to be always energetic and active. For example, my personal habits are to every morning to drink a glass of warm water with the lime or lemon juice, and that's helps me to start my brain to wake up and to help my body begin to move.
I'm sorry, Yuri. I started.
Do my some morning physical exercises, and once I begin to run with my dog, and only after these exercises I usually have a breakfast. And these morning habits help me every day to.
And how it can be
related to project.
No. You distract my construction. How these health habits help you to maintain and monitor the health of project?
As I remember from our last PM Coffee Time, Daria told us that in order to be an effective project manager, you should you should be develop every part of your life activity in order to be a motivated manager for your team. So your health and useful habits give you the opportunity to begin your morning
Okay. Got it.
useful and to
Yuri, sorry for interruption.
yeah,
Right now we are trying to discuss about some project metrics, that can be affect, for instance, your deadlines in the project and so on. So I remember that Daria touched such topic like vitamins and health and so on, and it will be, but in 2 weeks, we will discuss this topic. And today we will covering project metrics, for instance, like cycle time, velocity, and so on. Does it make sense?
yes, I understand. No, no, excuse me, I was speaking about the general things in order to be an energetic person, and
I got it.
yes,
But let's discuss some metrics. Thank you for your
thank you for your attention also.
yeah.
Okay, KP. Who is KP? Please.
Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Do you hear me well? Yes.
Yes.
Everything is
Yeah.
fine?
Yep.
Okay. Hello. So I think it can be some metrics, maybe few from my side. Risk management, maybe quality metrics, maybe something like team productivity, and maybe stakeholders, something effectiveness or communication effectiveness, something related to feedback, and so on. This is a few points.
How would you measure it? Like, it's a really great topic, and you're absolutely right. But what like the measure? How we can check if it's okay or not?
If we're talking about like stakeholder engagement, yes, from my perspective, it can be from the company side. So we can plan some satisfaction survey, maybe from the client, from the company side, and the client can receive this survey. After this, we will have some points to discuss with the client. It can be something related to satisfaction, related to communication, results, and so on. And after this, we can use these metrics to talk about the future of our team and so on.
Can I ask one more question?
Okay.
It is not because I don't know, but I want you to like to have new neuro in your brain. So just because of that, would you discuss the survey results directly with your stakeholder, or it should do like your manager or somebody else?
In my opinion and in my practice, which we have in our company, in our team, we have delivery manager, we have people partner, and also account manager. So like main and the key point was account manager, and he informed client with a different perspective regarding the team, regarding overall project. And also when we use this kind of survey, it also can be 3 of these team members which related to the team, and it can be additional topic and additional one-on-one meeting with client and with account manager, for example, because in our practice we use Zoom, because we have team members from the different countries, but the account manager was a responsible person in this same area which related to the client. So it was like good communication, good relationship, and as for me, it was very quiet and a good topic to discuss with the client and with the account manager.
It's
Thank you.
absolutely a great answer.
Thank you so
And
much. I tried.
and like the main point, it really depends on what the results with whom we it would be discussed. So it's really important thing.
You mean the deliverables of such surveys?
No, like results of surveys, you
Oh,
know.
yeah, I mean outcomes.
know,
Okay.
I'm for example, I'm your client, and in survey I said you are absolutely horrible, not you, but
Yeah,
whatever,
imagine. Mhm.
absolutely horrible manager who can't explain clear them like their tickets and so on. And it would be really not okay to discuss it directly with you. It would be great idea to add one more person.
Like account manager.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And have a three stage meeting, three part, I don't know how to say, meeting, me, you and account manager, or even to me and account manager, and then you and account manager to
Yeah,
reduce
yeah.
the level of conflict.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yes, I agree with you because we have different and sometimes difficult topics, and I think we can be softer with the client and we can flexible, kind, and so on. So this topic should be discussed in managerial aspects.
Mhm. And by the way, only every monthly actually, yeah, I have like a service delivery assessment where I'm just going through the resource management, schedule management, process management, and so on. Yeah, tools, relationship, and the client just setting the green, yellow, or red. It depends on the situation. And if everything is green, he can just like provide some feedback like a great teamwork and so on. And if something is yellow in some of particular area, he is explaining this and we communicating and trying to improve this, something like this. So it's our way of checking. I see Sergey raised hand.
Yeah, Sergey Kolomiyets, you're welcome.
Hello, do you hear me? Because I'm on the street, so it's not a
Yeah, we can
not
hear you well.
We can hear you. Yeah.
very nice. Yes, thank you. So, like for me, one of the main points here that I see it's about the task list, and it's not only about features, but it's also about bugs, about
Mhm.
regressions.
You mean bug rates? Yeah, bug rate.
No, not rate, but amount. Yeah, maybe
Amount of
so you
bugs.
can call it rate. Yeah. So how many regressions we have to release? How many bugs we have in general in project? That we know how many features or just tasks we have in like in general in our backlog to plan our releases and etc. So if it's a good project, the first two bugs and regressions should be really small or should go too small and should not be increased each release. The features and just typical tasks should be on the same or some level or just grow up.
Mhm.
That depends on the situation of the project. But in general, yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
the task list is a very important. It very quickly show how everything is the project and how healthy it is.
Mhm. No, agree. Yeah, totally. In our project, for instance, we're collecting some metrics like number of bugs and the severity of those bugs. Yeah, and right now I'm trying to implement the things like how many bugs generated per user story. Yeah, to understand the quality. Something like this. So yeah, I agree. And as far as I understand, Sergey mentioned something related to the scope, yeah? Or not?
Yeah, I mentioned a bit about regression testing. So if you are speaking in this terms, yeah,
Regression
like
testing.
scope. Yeah, you know what's like regression testing?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, interesting ideas, interesting discussion. And what about digging deeper into the theory? Oh, Sergey, what's wrong with your...
You don't hear me? 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, great.
Mm,
Sergey, yeah,
maybe his microphone was not very loud.
probably. Yeah.
Okay, you can rewatch this interval maybe on YouTube with better sound later. Okay,
Guys, can I?
yeah, please.
Guys, think about it, like house metrics for project. No, I thought that we won't speak a lot because you will say each like metric we want to discuss. So I need more. Can you add some more house metric for projects, please?
I wouldn't expect each metric from our
The lead.
audience. Let's provide the information for them from us. I would
Okay.
like to,
Maybe we can, for instance, go one by one for each metric. It doesn't mean that we need to just list, as I mentioned, all of them at once, and that's it. For instance, who worked with lead time metric?
I worked.
Okay, maybe you can explain what this means.
Lead time is time that spends on delivering the task to the development team. So the process from the idea to describing and putting into the backlog as a story or a task.
I would say this is cycle time, because lead time from idea to deployment. It means when this idea will go to delivery. Cycle time, it's the time for particular process when we have the process, and in this process we have input and output, and this is the difference between cycle time and lead time.
Yeah, you're right.
And I had a lot of times when I had to check the cycle time, because, for instance, we had a bottleneck. The team all the time at the end of the sprint had such situation when nothing to do, yeah, and we had to discuss it with the product team, and product team were on the client side, and we had to build this algorithm or sequence of actions, what they are doing when the user story receives the status like ready for development. And during this investigation, I investigate a lot. I dig into the life of different people on the client side, even of their situations in the families and so on, because it was really a blocker. Like some Jane just had some situation with the husband and so on, and that's why this period of time she is not so performer, and that's why when she needs to provide some feedback about some requirements that business analytic provide to her, she's spending around a week, to come up with the idea and just approve this. So cycle time, it's just the red flag, for instance, when you see this situation that needs to be improved, and you can use this.
Yeah, and if something is wrong, wait, please, Yuri. For example, if your lead time is not good, is not enough, you can check cycles of
Cycle
each
plan.
stage.
Yeah.
Yuri, please.
Thank you. I have a little question to Sergey. It's interesting for me. How do you usually manage when one of your team members during the sprint has finished his
part of work
in advance, and what
to do in the sprint,
usually? How did you manage with this person? Do you usually give him another task, or he usually helps other team members, or he has a rest and then you make a reassessment before the next sprint?
Okay, got it. It's a really good question, and by the way, it can be the part of health metrics when you have such situations and how often you have such situations. Yeah, because you just asked the question that I asked the question to product team when we had such situation very frequently, when almost the whole team doesn't have anything to do. And in this case, usually what we are doing, it's technical debt. We are thinking about what can be improved on the project from technical side, actually, yeah. And usually we have some bugs that already triaged. Triaged, it means when we analyze them and defined what should be done there from, for instance, front-end perspective or back-end perspective and so on. And so that all the time when such developer finishing his work and doesn't have anything to do, he can just jump on the bugs that already prepared for picking from this list and just start doing this.
Yeah, but this process should also be described. And
You need to predefine those processes.
Yeah, of course.
Predictable behavior.
KP.
Kate.
Okay, so I can add also in this topic, we have our learning opportunity. For example, everybody has his plan or development plan, and he can use, for example, 1 day in a week or something like this to take some courses or learning opportunity and so on. So
great company.
Use this time. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Kate, for your input. And Dmitry?
Thank you. I have a question. There are rules, for example, in Scrum that probably we can't add additional tasks, but actually we can. First question, what do you think about adding tasks in Sprint? And second question, if team doesn't finished tasks and it's happened all time, and which percent of unfinished tasks should be normal, or is it normal at all?
Can I respond on the first part? Okay. The first part, actually, Dmitry just touched another metric. It's related to scope creep. When you have the scope for the Scrum, for the sprint, and then you need to add the ticket into the scope because fun developer doesn't have work, for instance, and this is a scope creep. It's percent of instability of your scope for each sprint. It means, for instance, you can just track how many tasks were planned. You can use story points, for instance, and which number of story points in result you have. Yeah, for instance, you planned 20 story points, and then it results into 40 story points. Yeah, and you can calculate the percentage of your changes of the scope, and this metric called like scope creep. And I had a situation when we were told from the C-level that we need to improve this scope creep metric, and we had a really big battle, with the client that had such behavior when in the middle of the sprint he can just add more work than expected. I hope I answered on the first part.
Yeah. Katya, would you add something?
Yeah, I won't be really popular right now, but I don't believe in clear methodology, whatever.
Okay.
I really believe that each Scrum, I don't know, Kanban, waterfall, V model, and so on, should be should adaptate to the team and to the client. So answer for the first question, can we add? Yeah, really we can. Why? Because this is money from our employee, because he pays us for our our hours. And if you don't have any to do, so this is a really challenge for your managers to find something that you'll do for their company. And it even could be some internal task. It could be, I don't know, a pet project. It could be a learning opportunity or whatever. It should be something that can improve company or you, or maybe even project. So because this is money, because you already paid by this time, so be honest with you and be, with yourself is with your employee. And about methodology, come on guys, it's really great and really nice to know it, but difference between theoretical and the practical really huge, and you should know a huge scope of frameworks and so on to combine, to make hybrid some monster that would
Frankenstein framework.
yeah, why not, would allow your team, your project works nice. So that's all.
Yeah. And
Can I
actually,
add a little bit?
what?
Can I add a little bit to the answer?
And the second part of the question wasn't answered.
Yeah. I wanted to answer the second part. There is no standard answer for the second part. Which rate of successfully delivered and undelivered tasks in sprint is correct? It depends. It always depends. And if you have some scope change, scope creep, or requirements change, you couldn't calculate it correctly, never. So you can calculate it only if you don't change anything in your sprint. Then your calculations will be correct. And in my experience, getting done about 80 to 90% of the scope is quite okay, is quite normal. Something will go to the next sprint, something will be changed and altered, and something will be done just as is. As for me, from 80 to 90% is a very good indicator. But there are a lot of but.
I see Sergey wanted to add.
Yes.
I want to add to the both parts of the question. The first of all, probably if I got the idea of Katerina, that who pays the money, he answers or he requests something, he needs to do it. And obviously, in some cases, he requests something unbelievable, and we need to judge, we need to show what we could do, what we cannot do, or we need to find extra resources. It depends, obviously, on the situation. So we can show, okay, we could remove this task, etc. Second point that I get from my experience, a buffer. So when you say something, some numbers, whatever it is, you need to have some buffer in case somebody ill, somebody, I know, quit, whatever it could be in the world, somebody died. Like it's really possible in any of world. So you need to have buffers, and you need to have more or less good buffers, so to speak. And you need to say the number to which one will for sure make all of the tasks. It shouldn't be on the measure or so, but you need to say the number where you make for sure, and then you will the tasks that you will complete will be close to 100% percentages, because you will first of all have buffer, and also it depends on the project. In our project, we allow to add some internal tasks, some refactoring, some improvement, some test coverage, etc. And this task usually could be killed, so to say, from the task list whenever somebody asks to add something, some feature, some story that's really important for the customers. And say, okay, yeah, we could remove this task that improve, I don't know, our code a little bit, and we will add this one, and still we will make everything that you need. Because as Katrina said, it's about money. So if they request something, they expect to get it and earn from it at some point. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with this point, but anyway, not each client is aware of the consequences of his decisions and demands. And if you don't measure, if you don't track your project health, you cannot defend your team, you cannot defend your company from unwanted or unhealthy changes. And for example, if you show numbers that explains that these changes ruin the plan, this change decrease the productivity, it demotivates the team, and so on and so on. If you have numbers, you can negotiate with the client and adapt, align your processes to get the maximum effectiveness for your project, for your team, for your company, and everybody.
Like in one sense, I agree with you, but it obviously depends on the customer, how smart he is, how he can understand everything. But also we need to keep in mind that he is paid for us. He pays for us. We are not a slave, but he still pay for us, and maybe we need to at some point work some extra days or so to make him happy and to make this project longer, or to be successful and to get some perks or whatever from it. So you see, like, because it's win-win situation. It's not about you're doing your work from 9 to 6 or so. Like, it's about how do I see that my team. So it's how do you see to the project, right? If you're thinking about from 9 to 6, then yeah, it's like it's 6 p.m. Bye. Like, see you on Monday, right?
Okay, so I wanted to add that balancing between the project needs and the desires of your client is our everything. We need to balance between them every time. Okay, Sergey, I hope we answered your question and discussed it quite well. And yeah, please do something with your microphone. We barely can hear you. Okay, could we continue?
You'd like to consider another metric, yeah?
Could I add a little bit, interrupt you?
Of course, Katya, you're welcome.
Yeah, go ahead.
as for me, like a health metrics check is about dashboard. Could you imagine like a list of metrics, and it is traffic lighter? It could be green, red, or yellow. And if it's not green, you should usually I use sheets for this, like list, and you should add some comments or something like that why it is not green. And you should like add any link, so on. It should be really I don't know how to say valuable. Okay, valuable, reasonable for you and for your customer, or I don't know, stakeholder manager who and as a project manager, you should understand there are not so much metrics that we are expected. We are, for example, chief product officer or somebody else. I expect it from you. We are going to discuss cost. We are going to discuss time. We are going to discuss scope, and we are going to discuss team. And maybe risks and so on, but like the
quality, please.
Yeah, okay, quality. It's 5 really important things, and from these 5 these 5 metrics could be decomposed, or I don't know how it should pronounce correctly.
Break down, for instance, on the smaller metrics, yeah.
Yeah, and also there are several types of metrics. You can put to yourself like health check for manager leading metrics. What does that mean? It means that, for example, if I don't know, можна на українській скажу, так швидше буде. Коротше, якщо з крана капає, то скоро він зламається. Так от, щоб він не зламався, треба подивитися, то з крана капає. This is the main, this is leading metric. Sorry for my Ukrainian.
Okay, let's translate it. And if I correctly understood you, you mean that if a project manager doesn't satisfy with some expectations from stakeholders, yeah, it will lead to some issues.
And that's why I think it's important to determine the triggers that you should track.
Yeah. It is leading metrics. This is like the main naming, and also there are house metrics.
But just let's to clarify this. Am I correct? It's about only project manager metric.
No, not.
No.
It's like main. It's like I don't know, health metric, leading metric, counter metric, and so on.
Yeah, but what is the criteria? What's the criteria of this metric?
Of leading metric?
Yeah.
It's like it forecast for some that some another metric will reduce or increase. It's give you quickly results and quickly I don't know, answer.
So if you compare your forecast with the actual result, you will see the progress, or
not like forecast of results. It's like, come on, if you have if tomorrow if previous months and this month your manager got bad results of communication skills, and in 3 months and this is like could be leading metric, and in 3 months a customer will come and say, come on guys, you can't speak, you can't write, you can't even prepare norm agenda and summary. For what we need this project manager.
So by leading metric you highlight some metric that somebody selected among another metrics.
Yeah. In Ukrainian it would sound опережающая.
But I how to say, I don't understand why. For instance, some communication with employees metric can be leading metrics if usually everything is around the money.
Okay, but communication is also about money, because if you don't speak about money and your customers don't know about that you overspent or something like that, and he will come and say, "Come on, guy, what's wrong with you?"
Okay, got it. But I would say this metric can be related to just to communication management. Yeah.
Not only. For example, in product management, it is using for you change the, I don't know, color of the button,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that retention. Retention is the main metric, but leading metric for retention, for example, I don't know, the time of every session, and your time of every session decrease, and you should stop this experiment and come back to the previous one, because the retention will also reduce, and business lose
Got
money.
it. And it's I just come up with you mentioned retention. That retention actually it's another metric of your project. When the people are leaving your project, it means that it's a red flag, and you need to think about something that should be improved, because we are not talking about only delivery, because the people, it's the key of delivery some projects and services, and if you are losing the team, so you need to think about this as well. So retention, it's another metric, and I remember that my management sent me to some project, and he set me a goal in my quarter goal, like to reduce some percent of retention to another amount. Yeah, and I had to work with the people to understand what the root of unsatisfaction with their work and so on. And yeah, finally I changed its rate and reduced it.
I want to add one more thing, and it's another type of metrics, is contra metric. Like, for what we are using it. For example, you have a KPI, and you need to be in scope 100%, like, and in cost, and you pressure your team, and then finally team gives you bad
Response, yeah.
yeah, and in that case,
You need to
it's
balance.
called,
You need to balance. Yeah.
NPS, and it's contra-metric for these main metrics. So this is 3 types. You can find more over, but for me it's like okay, 4, and the fourth is there, like
The cost of leaving the project, yeah. The force.
No, like it's I've thought about the type of metrics. It's like crucial metrics for the project, like main, not these, but main metrics. So there are.
So you mentioned NPS, and maybe somebody doesn't know what this means. Maybe you can explain.
Yeah, like as a product manager, I measure NPS. It's like net performance index for their product, and it's measure how much and how many people satisfied with my project, with my product, for example, with sites and so on. And eNPS, it's about employees. It's about you as a team member, and how you are really enjoy, satisfying, be in this team, be in this company. And it's really important for the business, like one of the most important things, because great products build great people.
By the way, yeah, currently in our company we are on the stage to implement this way, because the company is quite young. And yeah, this is really crucial.
Okay, actually, we spent almost an hour. of discussing the project health metrics and the approach. I would like the participants to share your
reaction,
share your opinion, share your thoughts of participating, of discussing these topics. And if you have any suggestions, please share it using your social networks, preferably LinkedIn, and tag us there. We would be grateful for each mention, for each your thought, and it helps us improve our meetings. It helps us understand what is more valuable. It helps us increase and adjust the health of our own PM Coffee Time project.
Yeah, by the way, yeah.
Yeah. So please don't hesitate to share your thoughts. Even bad feedback would be appropriate. We need to know what.
Like marketing. Yeah, that's cool. I agree, and I will be reposting. So let's like win-to-win, support win-to-win.
Yeah. Okay, so
just more like advertising minute.
Advertising minute.
Anna, sorry. Can you like turn on your micro and describe your question, because I can't get how why it depends on something. Like if you have to do the project and you already done some Gantt chart, so you have plan, you have schedule, you have budget, and maybe I don't get the question.
From Anna Gabriela?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a question, it's just a statement that for her it's always subjective, and
like it's really interesting.
Yeah,
it's weird, but it's interesting.
Yeah, and I quite agree, Katya, that if you have all the parameters, you have all the inputs, you have costs, you have spends, you have resources, utilities, you have time, you have scope, you have everything. Oh, yeah.
Well, place. Okay.
Okay, we can discuss it. You can write me in LinkedIn or in Slack if you want, and we will discuss it.
But may I respond?
Of course.
Actually, I have explanation of red, yellow, and green, like criteria. Yeah. And I'm translating it, transferring these meanings to the clients, and so that they are based on this explanation, just clarifying. Okay, no risks, no issues. Okay, green. Some slightly risks and issues, and some other criteria. It's yellow, yeah, and red. We are already in the bad issues, troubles, and so on. So yeah, each color should correspond to some particular criteria. As you know, maybe such idea like a definition of done and definition of ready. It's a checklist, and your metrics needs to be based on some checklists. Each color needs to be based on some checklist, and so that you can have a good response that you can use. You're welcome, Anna.
Yeah, and it's better to have some retrospectives with your clients or stakeholders also to adjust these levels of getting to yellow from green to red from yellow and back. So if you have determined numbers or levels, it will be much easier to report and to manage these metrics, and you will always know about the health of your project. You will also always know what to do because you are prepared. So as a manager, I should be prepared. I should prepare the plan, the mitigation strategy, avoidance strategy, acceptance strategy for each of the risks.
I have one question for you, for both of you. For example, you are a lead manager, and he picked to like 80% of plan cost, and it's green zone. Would you increase in several months this target? And if not, why? If yes, why? Why?
To increase our target?
Yeah, like not 80, but 85, and then 90, and then 95.
Nice idea, nice idea. Yeah. Actually, if the project is constantly in a green zone, it may mean that your values are not adequate enough. It means that you probably too lowered the expectations, and your team can do better. So yeah, increase.
It was a tricky question.
Of course, I know. But as for me, if everything is steady in green, it means that something went wrong and we can do better. And it can motivate our team to grow, to improve, to develop themselves, and become better team.
Actually, it was like one question that I've really long time put in my head, and my answer is on this question. This is means that that is project not so difficult and not so challenging for this project. He is already up to this project, and it also means that maybe he or she was junior, but now he is middle, and that's why you should not like increase this 90, 95 and so on. You should maybe add one more project or change and or put some challenge in his life, or I don't know. So yeah.
Yeah, Dmitry?
I have a question because I have never heard about these scholars, and I'm interested about it. Is it such a framework, or what is it? Is it abstraction, this green, red position, or what is it?
Instead of using green, yellow, and red, we can use
good,
confident, risk. And problem. We can use
numbers.
Good, normal, bad. We can use other scales, not not colors.
Yeah, it's just to understand it for your convenience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like abstraction of health metrics.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With your personal criteria that you decided to put into your health metric.
Yeah, because the world is not binary. It's not only yes or no. It has some gradations, some variations. So sometimes it not very good, sometimes it not perfect, sometimes it almost perfect, or very bad, or not so bad. So it depends how to measure, how to react, how to yeah.
We have 1.5 participant from Kate side. You know such a serial, very funny comedy, 2.5 Men. American
Yeah,
serial.
I saw, but I don't remember the details.
Yeah, it was funny about 2 men with 1 child.
Dmitry, can I answer? Like, you can try to develop, to develop by your own, like this tree of metric of health metrics, and you need for 5, 6, 7 months to check it. And how you will colorful it? I'm pretty sure that you will use green, yellow, and red, and because red could really distract your eye, and you will check it. And
Definitely, yeah.
just try. Not it's not theoretical part. It's really practical, and you can try write down 5, 6, 7 metrics, put each number, percentages, whatever, for 7 months, and then try to analyze this is text and this is table, and you will use color for sure.
Yeah, highlighting with colors helps.
And I would recommend to use as a base for clarifying these metrics PMBOK actually, yeah, where you have schedule management. If it's green, red, or yellow, budget management. If it's green, red, and yellow, and the set of questions for a particular area of project management. And in this case, you will have the system.
Yeah, system is important.
Yeah, and another thing, it's a team morale. How do you measure this metric, guys?
Surveys and one-to-one meetings, retrospective surveys and one-to-one meetings. That's the only 3 source of getting the truth.
Surveys, one-to-one meetings, and which one?
And retrospectives or
Come on,
no?
no, you
Not
you
only.
can check your budget and find the info there, and then you can calculate how you in your budget and cost. And there is a measure, like a measure without any subjectively data. Like
Katya, we discussed the team morale.
okay, sorry guys.
Not
Yeah.
material, not material.
Sorry, I'm always about budget, money, and so on.
Yeah. But some indicators are not about the material.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can have working product, yeah, and satisfied client, but unsatisfied team, and you need to measure this as well, because in this case you have a risk.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, as I see, we discussed schedule and cost parameters, quality and risk, stakeholders and teams, performance and delivery. Yeah, we discussed it at the beginning, and adaptivity and change. Yeah, we also discussed it at the beginning. Actually, the main 5 areas of project health metrics we have discussed.
I don't know. I would discuss more.
I understand. If you take a look at our Notion board, you could see that there are a lot of specific metrics that could be discussed for hours, but actually we don't have it. So
you'd like to play in some game? You prepare?
I am.
Or not?
Actually, I prepared the quiz, but I'm not sure if it.
Dmitry has a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's continue with questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like question. Can I see your Notion board or not? Is it secret?
Check the chat. I shared the link to this.
Have you? Because I don't see this.
I did. Okay, here it is once more.
And also there are a lot of notes from the previous coffee times.
Yeah.
It was one workspace, and you can check there, and everything for you guys.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah, there is a lot of metrics.
We can randomly pick one of them.
I would say like mostly used, most popular.
Yeah, cost variance, schedule variance, stakeholder satisfaction, product quality, risk level, team engagement, burn rate. By the way, dependency management is a pretty interesting metric. For the last 5 months, I worked as a delivery manager in the company, and resolving dependencies and removing obstacles were two of my main responsibilities. And I could say that predicting the dependencies, seeing obstacles or issues, and getting everything ready before the team takes the task into sprint, into work, it's crucial. And sometimes the task is ready, the team is ready, but they couldn't do anything because some part depends on another department, on some document availability or some confirmation, and it is a manager's responsibility to get everything ready to remove these dependencies. And if you see that, for example, quarter of your scope is not done, and it's not because of the bad productivity or bugs or quality or poor description, but because of something was not ready, yeah, it's manager's fault. Katya, Kate, please.
So guys, I have one simple question. What do you think? How often project manager needs to have one-on-one with his team members and also with his team lead?
It depends, actually.
Yeah, it depends. For example, I had team of 45 members, 45 people, and it was just it was just impossible to have weekly one-to-ones. I could only have bi-weekly or monthly one-to-ones. But in another company, I had only 12 people under me, and I meet with them regularly, at least once per week. Sometimes it also depends. Sometimes we need to meet more often, but I think once per week provides the best response. Yeah, please.
From my perspective, I have no. It depends. Yeah, it depends on the structure of the company, because if the person has some resource manager, not only a project manager, yeah, and some HR meetings and so on. So there will be a lot of meetings, and that's why.
Meeting with team lead, with HR, with resource manager, project manager, delivery manager.
And in my case, I have once per 2 months, yeah, and it's enough, because I have a daily communication with the team members during the dailies and any other activities, and that's why if I noticed something, I can communicate with person on demand just after any meeting. So yeah, and it depends really on the structure of the company and how it's how to say the rules, yeah, and culture.
Can I add?
Nope. Yeah, of course.
I have so weird situation. I don't have one-to-one meetings, but I'm really a open person, and each of my team can write me down something like, okay, do you have 5 minutes? We need to discuss some situation. And it would be like in 5 minutes or maybe in half an hour, our meetings, for team, I always find the time. Always, it's my rule, because I'm really about the team and about the people. So I don't have one-to-one meetings, but we have such small conversations if it's need for my team members.
Great. And I see Yuri raised a hand, and we have in the chat Anna Gavriluk as well, questions from her side. But let's
Yes,
proceed.
actually, I wanted to ask about about your personal rules to communicate with your teams, but partly Katie asked to my questions. So, do you really try to manage all the questions during the general meetings, or you usually try to make one-to-one meeting some periodically with every person of your team, or only with the one-to-one meetings with team members who have some problems, or you need to make this one-to-one? So the main question, do you really try to make periodically a one-to-one meeting with every team member, or you try to economize your time and to rule and to on the general meetings?
I wanted to answer first at short that it's also depends on team members. Not every one of them would like to have weekly or daily meetings. Some of them prefers if you reach them once a month or even more seldom. So, for example, I had situation when I had weekly one-to-ones, short one-to-ones, from 3 to 5 minutes per each, and with the most of my team. But 3 members asked me to have only monthly one-to-one meetings, 10 minutes long, and that was enough for them and for me also.
Okay, thank you.
Somehow we switched from metrics to one-to-ones.
Hot topic. Okay, so if nobody has questions related to Project Health, I think we can finish our today's meeting. And the next meeting...
We have the question in the chat, as I mentioned, Katerina. What did you meant when you say that you can see the satisfaction in budget?
Because I'm a material person.
She sees budget everywhere.
Yeah. Guys, I should say you that in next coffee time you will be without me.
Yeah, and Daria...
Without you, yeah.
No. Daria will join us next time, and we will continue with previously suggested topic of health and performance. And we already have this topic. We will announce it very soon. Okay? So I kindly remind you, please share your feedback on LinkedIn, on other social networks. Please let us know.
And by the way, we have a Telegram channel as well.
Oh, yeah, we have, but it's empty
But
for now.
let's mention it
Well,
here.
yeah. Let's start with some activity. If somebody joins, we will post something interesting there.
No, at least we will be posting there the events that we are gonna to do.
Yeah. PM coffee time.
Yeah.
Well, very simple link. Thanks. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Was nice to meet you, to communicate with you. It was my pleasure to listen to your thoughts, to answer your questions, and you're welcome to join the next PM Coffee Time in 2 weeks. It will be what it will be.
Something
It
related
will
to health and vitamin.
9th of October. Yeah,
9th of October.
9th of October. Okay, bye-bye. See you soon.
See you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.